Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this review, we're taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Revenge of the Green Lanterns Cyborg Superman Regular Edition and the Gold Label Edition. First of all, huge thanks to McFarlane Toys for sending me the Gold Label Edition. I was able to get that from McFarlane Toys. The regular edition, though, was never able to find it at Target, so I ended up going to the secondary market to get him, as I had to do on a few other figures recently, the ones that didn't go for pre-order. I know this was up on GameStop. I missed that pre-order. It's a fun time, man, trying to collect some of these multiverse figures. But hey, listen, the McFarlane sent me this Gold Label edition, so very grateful for that. And hopefully you're not having too much trouble finding this Cyborg Superman. If you are, I would obviously just keep checking Target, GameStop. Seems to be the way to go. But you can always do what I did. Just go to the secondary market, pay a little bit more or a lot more, and save yourself some aggravation depending how much you want this figure. Obviously, I wanted this figure very badly. Both versions. Cyborg Superman means a lot to me. You know, Reign of the Superman, Hank Henshaw. Cyborg Superman is, you know, one of my favorite characters. So yeah, very excited to have these. But anyways, here is the packaging. There's some fun Reign of the Superman artwork on the back. And there is the Gold Labels artwork as well. So yeah, beautiful artwork on both editions. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get these guys out of the packaging and take a closer look. Alright, so here are both figures out of the packaging. Here are the trading cards. And I love that we got different trading card art for the Gold Label and the regular edition. Usually, don't they just have the same trading card typically for the variant? I don't know. So that's cool that there's two different trading cards. And then there are the figures themselves. Now, one thing I'm trying to recall, this version of Cyborg Superman, he was a part of the Sinestro Corps, right? Not the Red Lanterns. But I remember he was wearing red, obviously. Why was he wearing red if he's a Sinestro Corps member? Anyways, I'm sure someone in the comments can answer that for me, but we'll talk about that figure in a minute. Let's focus on the regular edition. It does come with an extra fisted head, extra pointy hand, and then there is the figure itself. So, this is a beautiful figure from McFarlane Toys. I love it. I love the metallic, you know, Terminator, Cyborg pieces of him. I think that looks fantastic. I love the head sculpt. I think they did a great job on the head sculpt. That looks awesome. The wired cape. That should probably have a yellow S on the back, though. Then all of this. It looks great. This is just a beautiful Cyborg Superman figure. Now, is it perfect? Does it, you know, is it accurate to what we saw in, you know, the Reign of the Superman and all that? Almost. You know, there's a few things. Number one, a lot of people have already pointed this out on the thigh. This is supposed to be painted silver, which you can see the design is there, the sculpting is there, but they just didn't paint it. Oh God, God bless you, McFarlane Toys. I don't know why that didn't happen, but it was what really hurts is that you can see it there, and you could tell it should have been painted. Looks like it was just some sort of oversight, so that's a bummer. Next, the S logo. You know, half of it is supposed to be sort of discolored with a little black in it. And then I don't think this part of the costume comes all the way. And then the same thing with the neck. I don't recall the cyborginess, the cyborg parts going all the way up the neck like that. But I could be wrong about that one. But there's that. And then also here, you can kind of see where the design is there. But this is supposed to be like a hollow piece in the middle. So, again, not exactly perfect. But I think it really captures the spirit of the era, the spirit of the character. You know, it's not a one-for-one representation of the comic book artwork, and that's fine, but I still think it's a fantastic figure. Now, will it replace my DC Direct version, which I will do a comparison of in a few moments? Won't replace it, that's for sure, but it's definitely going to go up on the shelf next to it, and I definitely like this a little bit more than even the Mafex version. I just really love the head sculpt on this guy and the way it turned out. So yeah, I am a fan. I think it looks great. Again, not perfect, definitely missing a few things here and there. Really easy things, honestly, that would have just made it perfect. You know, like if they had painted that, if they had, tweaked the logo a little bit to make it look like the actual Cyborg Superman logo, I think it would have been just perfect. But, we still got a really awesome figure, though. And as you can see, moves pretty well. Great range of motion here. I'm sure this is a repurposed body, if I'm not mistaken. They got the hollow point there, though. That looks great. But, yeah, still a great looking Cyborg Superman. Definitely worth the extra expense I paid for him, and definitely worth still looking for if you're on the hunt for him. I think it's definitely going to become a more valuable figure in the future just because of the popularity of the character. So he looks awesome. Such a great figure. Then we have the gold label counterpart, which is equally as awesome in my opinion. Let me get this guy. Let's put him to the side there. But this just looks so freaking awesome. The red and the black just look amazing on this figure. I just love the way... Yeah, I mean, it's the same figure, just with a different color scheme. It's still comic book accurate, of course, but it's just beautiful, beautiful color scheme. That really suits him more of the evil Superman, right? So I think that looks great. I really dig it. I dig both of them. I'm glad I have both of them. Both of them are going to go up on the shelf, of course. All right, let's do a few comparisons with a few other McFarlane figures. All right, so there's the new Cyborg Superman in the middle, and then the new 52 Cyborg Superman on the right, and Silver Age Superman on the left here. And I gotta say, man, he looks great next to both of these two. I just noticed my Silver Age one has a blemish on his chest there. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to get a new one, but all right. And then next to the new 52 one, man, I love this new 52 Superman. I like this more than the new McFarlane Cyborg. Honestly, the one right there. I just love the design. I love the paint wash on this. Man, this is just such a dope figure, and I'm such a big fan of the new 52. Even this now dated plastic cape. I freaking love plastic cape still, but yeah, this figure is so nice. Look at this thing. Gorgeous figure, gorgeous figure. But yeah, of course I love the classic look of the new one, but I think this one is just such a cool looking figure. So there you go. There's a quick comparison next to two modern figures. Let's see how he stacks up to his DC Direct counterpart here. Oh, there it is right there. So there's the original DC Direct Cyborg Superman. In the middle, we have the DC Direct version of the Yellow Lantern. I answered my own question because the DC Direct version has his Yellow Lantern rings on. And there you can kind of see the comparisons. Then obviously you can see that the DC Direct one is definitely more accurate to the comics. For all the things I pointed out with the McFarlane version, the DC Direct version got right. So the DC Direct still wins in my book, but this McFarlane one is still really awesome, and I really dig it. And again, the DC Direct one is pricier now. It's a 7-inch, but smaller 7-inch scale, so you're fine with this McFarlane one in my opinion. But yeah, the DC Direct still wins on overall accuracy to the source material there. And then same thing for the Yellow Lantern version of Hank Henshaw. I think he wears this particular suit later on because this version has the Sinestro Corps logo on it. Look at that face. Look at that. Love it. Such a great figure. But yeah, so this one, I think they're both accurate, but he wore this suit later on, I believe. But I could be wrong, But there you go. You can see the differences there. But overall, both of these figures are a home run in my opinion. Just really well done. They look awesome. Again, captures the spirit. You look at this, you know exactly what era it's trying to capture there. And aside from the things I pointed out, these are awesome. So there you go. There's your look at Cyborg Superman. Please let me know if you have any questions and or comments on these figures. What do you guys think? Appreciate your time. Appreciate you guys watching, of course. That's about it. Have a great day.